With a few of America's most prominent gymnasts out of the running for the time being, many doubted that the nation would continue to excel on the international stage. However, this year's Paris World Challenge Cup proved those doubts weren't warranted, as America went on to win 3 out of 4 of the available gold medals at the event. We'll be covering that and more in today's video. Firstly, winning gold. The Paris World Challenge Cup recently took place over 2 days at the end of September as part of the FIG's Artistic Gymnastics World Challenge Cup series. Up until this event, America's female gymnastics team hadn't made any sort of noticeable splash at the series this year. Many doubted that the nation was capable of succeeding on the international stage, considering that 2 of their star athletes, in Simone Biles and Sunisa Lee, have opted not to compete at the elite level for the time being. Yet, despite that, when it came down to it, America proved that they don't need to rely on superstars to make a mark on the world. Team USA's Jade Carey, Jordan Chiles, and Shilese Jones have shown that they are more than capable of standing in place of the titans that have left their posts. On the second day of the Paris event, the team flipped and soared and secured 3 of the 4 gold medals available at the competition. While the men's competition saw athletes from 4 nations grab titles across the board, the women's competition was utterly dominated by the American women's team. Even Rebecca Andrade, the Brazilian, who was expected to take over from Simone Biles as the world's top gymnast, couldn't compete with the show put on by the American team. When it came to the uneven bars, though, it was a close affair. She just couldn't beat Shilese Jones. There were 12 medals in total, and America took 6 of them. Next, Carey's performance. Jade Carey might just be 22 years old, but she's already proven herself as an elite athlete to watch out for, both at the national and international level. She's competed in 2 world championships in 2017 and 2019, and secured 3 silver medals and a gold thanks to her efforts there. On top of that, she also participated in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, where she won gold for her performance in the floor exercise event. At this competition, though, it wasn't her skill in that event that won her fame. It was her performance in the vault. Opening the day for the team, Carey won the gold medal in the vault event thanks to a ridiculous Chang maneuver, followed by a double twisting laid out by Yurchenko. That netted her an average score of 14.375. The second highest score was 14.025. It was set by her teammate, Jordan Chiles. Chiles had previously won her first international silver medal as part of the Olympic team last year. And now, thanks to this performance, she's added another to her name. The only non-American to even pose a threat to Carey was France's own Colleen Devillard, and even her attempt wasn't anywhere close to the level of skill that Carey displayed at the vault. At the end of her run, Devillard only managed an average score of 13.85, more than half a point under Carey's average. Though she's a gold medalist in the European Championships, it's clear that going against America isn't the same task. Coming up, the uneven bars. The American team went up against the rising Brazilian star Rebecca Andrade in the uneven bars event. Andrade has been said by some to be the one to step into Simone Biles' shoes following her temporary leave from the sport due to mental health concerns. If you know Biles, you know that isn't a small claim to make. Biles has repeatedly shown herself to be one of the greatest gymnasts that has ever graced stages, both national and international, if not the greatest gymnast of all time. Andrade has a lot of experience performing at the international level, having taken home silver and gold for her country multiple times over the years, including in the uneven bars. So, to say that Shilese Jones Jones was in a tough situation would be an understatement. Jones is quite young compared to Andrade and has only ever competed in nationals and the Pan American Championships. Yet, despite that, she managed to surprise audiences and make the uneven bars at Paris a close affair, narrowly surpassing Andrade and taking home her first international gold medal. Jones's routine consisted of a Stalder full pirouette, Stalder Shaposhnikova, and Tkachev opening sequence. That scored her an average of 14.7, just a little bit over Andrade's 14.65, enough to beat her and close up the event in America's favor, so Andrade was left with the silver, and the bronze went to Belgium's Lisa Valen, who tried hard to compete with the two, but only managed a score of 14.1. Moving on, the final gold. The third event to take place on that day was the beam final, with Carey stepping up first to lead the Americans. Her routine consisted of a back handspring, layout series, and a double pike dismount. That display nets her a score of 13.75, which kept her at the top of the board for quite some time. That was until France's Marine Boyer had her shot as the second last gymnast to try the beam. Boyer matched the score set by Carey thanks to a round-off, 2-foot layout series, and a double pike dismount of her own. That set things up for a tie-break, and she managed to beat Carey to take home the gold for France. America was that close to winning all 4 events that day. Still though, 3 out of 4 isn't too bad. The last event was a solid conclusion to America's domineering performance. They wrapped things up with another 1-2 finish in the floor exercise. Childs set a score to beat of 14.05, which went unmatched. She performed an upgraded second tumbling pass and a full twisting double layout. Jones came in second thanks to a solid performance that scored a 13.5. By the end of the day, America, despite the naysaying and the doubts, managed to go home with 3 gold and 3 silver medals. A declaration that they aren't just reliant on 1 or 2 athletes to take them to success. Now, in other news. First up, Atamanov on recovery. If you didn't watch the European Championships this year, you might not have heard about Daria Atamanov. She's 16 years old and has already made a name for herself as a rhythmic gymnast. She also made her World Championships debut this year in Bulgaria, but her run was cut short by an injury. Despite that disappointing turn of events, the young gymnast is undeterred and is looking to quickly bounce back from the injury in time to qualify for the Olympic Games in Paris in 2024. She recently spoke to Olympics.com in Sofia about the situation, opting not to dwell on the past, but focusing on the future and her rehabilitation. She said quite simply but poignantly that things happen and we don't get to choose them. However, people shouldn't spend what little time they have feeling sorry about themselves. Her sole focus is on coming back as strong as possible for the next season in order to show the world what she's capable of when the Olympics finally roll around. Next, USA Gymnastics expands mental health services. The landscape of gymnastics is changing, and with cases concerning mental health, like that of Simone Biles finding greater representation in the media, organizations are finally being pushed to address the issue. Attempting to do so, USA Gymnastics has recently announced that they're expanding their mental health coverage for athletes and coaches under a new program. The organization will help cover 8 visits a year to mental health care professionals for eligible national team members across all disciplines. They will also cover 4 visits for eligible coaches. President Lili Lung said that being able to fund such services for team members in their hometowns is something that's essential for their well-being, and it's something that the organization has been wanting to do for quite some time. The choice of healthcare provider is up to the members opting for the program, and the organization will reimburse up to $125 for each visit. However, the healthcare provider must have appropriate training and licensure in sports psychology or mental health. itself in order to be valid. Lastly, World Championships Fan Zone. The World Gymnastics Championships in Liverpool this year are set to begin in late October. The organizing body recently announced that they'll be setting up a free interactive fan zone for the event, which will be hosted in the Exhibition Centre Liverpool at the M&S Bank Arena. The fan zone will remain open for the duration of the championships and will include activities that range from gymnastics to Tai Chi, drumming, street theater, and arts and crafts. In addition to that, artists from the Liverpool International Music Festival will also be performing throughout the 9 days the fan zone will be operational. Fans will also have the opportunity to view the championship medals up close and personal. That's a wrap for this video. Did you doubt that America could succeed at the Cup this year? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one!